What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sisters. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sistas fans, hope everyone is doing well. Please take a moment to hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content to the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Now, season 3, based on the trailer alone, it definitely seems like Karen is going to be, well, a Karen by moping around, being bitter, and antagonizing everyone who comes to her. About the whole situation regarding Zach and Fatima. I mean, it's like a mix of bitterness, the fact that Zach's moved on, also resentment, the fact that, basically she's missing what she no longer has. It's like because somebody has seen the value and potential in Zach, unlike Karen did. And then at the same time, she feels like she's the one who's been discarded when in reality, she was the one who discarded him. I'm not saying Karen should not have kicked Zach to the curb, because I urge people who are diehard Zach fans and Fatima fans, go back to season 1 and look at everything that Zach put Karen through. He was not a good dude. He was meant to be like the male comic relief to an extent, like not to the extent of Maurice in terms of being that level of comedic, but at the same time, he's like the lovable goofball that you want to root for, but at the same time, he's garbage. But in season 2, it felt like we saw more growth from Zach, unlike in season 1, where we just saw constant, not even regression, more like insanity, because he would always roll up to Karen's place on that damn bike. And then, it's like we're rooting for Karen to do something better, not necessarily with Aaron, because, even now I still don't fully trust this guy. It's just like Zach wasn't a good fit. It's like, Zach, you're a cheater. You almost gave her a disease. I mean, just get the hell out of here. Do better for yourself. So at this point, the trailer just had her talking with Sabrina, with Andy, with Fatima, with Zach, and it's like, Karen, please don't be the Miranda of season 3. Now, remember how Miranda on House of Pain was during season 9, where she was just an insufferable character who just did nothing but go on and on about getting back together with Calvin and whining. I feel like we're getting the same vibe from Karen, but, and excuse the phrase, it just seems like she's going to be a bit bitchier to the other cast members, where, she's definitely not going to be liking Fatima. And it's almost as if, guilt by association, like, oh, if you say you like Fatima, if you hang out with Fatima, then you're no friend of mine. Kind of like, how Calvin didn't want any of his family associating with Miranda, after, she wanted a divorce and whatnot, which is understandable. But at the same time, it's like they couldn't just not talk to her, because at the end of the day, she's still the mother of one of your sons, which by extension still makes her a pain even after the divorce papers are signed and she no longer carries that name. But at the same in the same vein, there would be a different dynamic to how the family interacts with her. So I feel like in Karen's situation, it's like, you ain't my girls if you hang around with her. And I mean, we only saw the 1-minute preview. I could be completely wrong, but it definitely feels like the method Tyler Perry would use to write this character in the next season. And that begs the question, even though the trailer didn't show everyone, like even Hayden and Gary were in the trailer, it makes me wonder, is Miss Lisa going to appear? That would be nice to see Miss Lisa. What about Chris, the guy in charge of Chain Breakers? There are some notable characters from season 1 who I really wish would pop up in season 3, or, I wish were in season 2. Like even Leslie, but I don't think that's the case. But overall, I do feel like we're in a situation where Karen is definitely going to be a load of the season, where it's like we're going to feel as miserable seeing Karen on screen as we were when Andy kept making the same boneheaded decisions last season. Now, the only scene in season 3 I really want to see is Karen Karen expressing to Zach how sorry she was and for how wrong she was in regards to the credit card scenario. Now, that scene will really redeem Karen to an extent, just because it's not just the right thing to do, but she definitely needs to do it because of the fact that her gut reaction put Zach behind bars, and that wasn't fair because she didn't wait, like Sabrina said, until her friend at a neighboring bank got the footage in order to determine who really used the credit card. So I feel like we're in a scenario where Karen is not going to be very likable in season 3. And at the same time, it's like, you can be upset. That's completely fine. But at the end of the day, be realistic and leave people alone. Like, these people are trying to live their lives. I'm not saying that Zach is fully innocent here, because he knew what he was doing when, he kind of pulled her in, then they kissed, and then they started to have sex. It's just one of those scenarios where I really hope that Karen moves on, but based on the trailer, it definitely doesn't feel that way. It's like, she wants to figure out it's almost as if she wants to figure out things, but Zach is like, no, I'm out. And I honestly don't blame him for that, which is a flip from the beginning of season 2, where Zach was like, you really want to pick this dude over me? I got stabbed for you. And it's like, you know what? Fine. And I still wish that Tyler, I don't know what's worse, when he broke into the hotel room and got arrested, or when he had sex with Karen. I want to say sex with Karen, just because at that point, he and Fatima weren't in a relationship, but it's like, Zach, come on, man. You got a good thing going on with Fatima. Don't backslide. So, I feel like him getting arrested at the beginning of the season kind of got his ass straight. He's like, you know what? Okay. Not to mention, things eventually worked out. But at the same time, we're in a situation where, him getting arrested at the beginning of the season did bring him and Fatima closer together. So, in its own sick way, it kind of worked out. Huh. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for this particular video. I hope Karen is a bit likable in season 3, but sadly, in the trailer, it doesn't seem to be that way. I mean, to be completely honest, I think what really frustrated me so much wasn't necessarily how she interacted with Zach in the trailer or Fatima, but the fact that she's seemingly pissed off at Andy. I don't know if it has to do with Gary, or if it has to do with the fact that she still has playing the blame game, thinking that Andy may have heard something but didn't say anything about Fatima talking about Zach, and it's like, no, she never mentioned a name. So we'll have to wait and see. But thanks so much for tuning into the video. Make sure you donate if you would like to PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I'll talk to you soon.